القرى ولتنذر أم القرى ومن حولها.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله سيدنا Muhammad wa alihi ajma'in. Ma ba'd. Today inshallah we'll talk about Surah Al-Qaria. Al-Qaria referring to the Day of Judgment, something that is striking. And there are many names of the Day of Judgment. One of them is attributing to the way it is going to happen. It is going to strike by surprises or strike by its firmness to the people that they have. Not that many people did not think that there is going to be a Day of Judgment. And they were ignorant about this day and they were living this life. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned about in this particular surah about the Day of Judgment, how you should be, or one should be, everyone should be thinking about this Day of Judgment, that everyone will be judged justly, not leaving a small amount of good or small amount of evil deed. Everything will be accounted for. So it is surprising for many people that how come this book, this day, is accounting for every small little thing. And Allah is the most wise and the best of the judges of the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the best of the judges. He is the most just, meaning that He will not going to leave any small minor act, good or bad, unaccounted for. What it means to us, knowing that this day is going to come, how do we live? How do we prepare for this day? How should we be thinking, preparing for this day? One thing that we should be doing is, of course, how Rasulullah ﷺ and the Sahaba lived the life. And that is the way to live the life towards the Akhirah. In one of the hadith narrated by Abu Hurairah radhiyallahu anhu, mentions about the Rasulullah said, the more or less meaning is, on this day, no one will be spared. No one will be spared, and no one will enter paradise just because of their deeds. Then the Sahaba asked, is it also you, Rasulullah? Say, even me. So it is not the amal, not about just the deeds. There are two things we're talking about. One is avoiding the evil, amr bil ma'ruf nahy anil munkar, and doing the good deeds. But when you did the good deed, obviously you left the bad deeds, you did the good deed, but you cannot be proud that, oh, I have done all these good deeds. I have so many good deeds, I can enter paradise. No, not the case. So the purpose of this life is not just to earn good deeds or not just to avoid the bad deeds, but to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Maybe we go with many good deeds. None of these is acceptable to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So what matters is the sincerity of the heart, and then do the good deeds. Then these deeds will have some weight. Sincerity of heart means it is done for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for pleasing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not just to show off or just you feel like you want to do something good. No, it is to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then this sincerity is for the sake of Allah, not to show off, not for anything else, and try to perfect it. You'll never be able to be perfect. your deeds and you try to perfect it and try to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the fact that you tried with the sincerity, that itself gives a higher weightage to the deeds that we did. Someone who feed, thousands of people, thousands of poor, everything that they have done, but if it's not done with the right intention, has no weightage in the Day of Judgment. So all the time we need to check our heart to see what our intentions are, and check our amal to see if these amal can be perfected, can be better, can we do it better than this next time? Can this be accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? So this is the state of mind of a believer, to make sure we are sincere in our efforts. What happens with this sincerity is when we are trying to not only please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when we please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we also take care of the rights of the people. But the other way around is not right. But if you try to please only people, you may not be able to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the whole point is, when you please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then everything else in this world has less weightage, less importance than pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you don't really care so much whether people like it or not like it. How people will look at you as a stranger, or as someone which is from 1400 years old of thinking, whatever they think, how you look, how you talk, how you behave, it is not matching to their ways of life. Who cares? What it matters is if our way of life is matching, is copy of the Sahaba, with Allah Ajma'in, of Rasulullah. That's what matters, and that's what is acceptable to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this day is the day of striking day, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to reward for every small deed and every good and bad small deed or big deed. In another hadith, mention of meaning of is do not belittle, even if it's for any good deed. Do not belittle for any good deed, even if it's a small one. That means sometimes we think that, okay, this is just a small deed, okay, I don't have to do it, I'm doing something really good, something big. Maybe, okay, I am doing something great in the society, and I'm leading Salah here, I am the Imam, I'm this and that. I don't have to worry about picking up trash or whatever. Belittling some small deed that Allah has given the opportunity for you, and thinking that I don't have to do it, that itself is arrogance. And the Day of Judgment may be that you will need that one good deed that you missed. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala given the opportunity and you become arrogant, say, I don't need to do it because I'm doing something better than this. Okay, who are the one you to decide what is so important, what is so acceptable in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave you any opportunity of any good deed, take it because you need it. You need it in the Day of Judgment. Do not lose it. That's how it is. Don't think about anything else that you don't have access to. You cannot feed the whole nation. Don't worry about it. Can you feed one person that comes to you and asks for the money, asks for the food, and you are able to do it? Do you want to ignore that and think about feeding the whole nation? No. You feed one. That's your ability. That's something that you can do it. That's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you the opportunity because Allah wants to accept it from you. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave you this opportunity. and you do not want to reject it. This is the risk from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the opportunity from you, from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that Allah wants to accept it. That's why He gave you this opportunity, and you do not want to be arrogant and leave it thinking that it's a small one. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the ability to be able to be humble ourselves and take every opportunity to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Subhanakallah bihamdika nastaghfiruka.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Al-Qari'atu mal-Qari'ah وما أدراك ما القارعة يوم يكون الناس كالفراش المبثوث وتكون الجبال كالعهن المنفوش فأما من ثقلت موازينه فهو في عيشة راضية وأما من خفت موازينه فأمه هاوية وما أدراك ما هي نار حامية.
ومن يطع الله والرسول فأولئك مع الذين أنعم الله عليهم من النبيين والصديقين والشهداء